see. You can live, you can dream. This Yearby's reading adventures. Hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Ninja, you all have been waiting for me. Thank you. Are you still on here? Ninja and Speedy and Emery, are you still on you? Emery, who will most likely be in my room next year. Roger, you caught me live. Thank you for catching me live. Thank you. Hi, Mom. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. As you are coming in, let me get my phone. Oh, Lord, I don't brought it over here because I know sometimes Mari will join in, but there will be comments on the phone. How's everyone doing? Haven't seen you all in a little while. Last week I was in Atlanta and I was at Ron Clark School and I was learning lots of things to bring back to my great ones. How's everyone doing? What's new? What's going on? What's new? Ninja, what is new for you? Speedy, what is new? Emery, what's new? Emery, I hardly ever see you. Even though you're in my school, I hardly ever see you. I wonder if you see me sometimes and you don't say anything. Well, somebody tell me something before I start the book and while we're waiting for other people to come on. Tell me something good. Somebody, please. Tell me something. I think I have some good news, but I'm going to wait just a little bit to make sure that news is actually what I think it's going to be. I did have a very good time at Ron Clark School. If you all don't know who he is, type up Ron Clark Academy, type up RCA. I had a great time there, and he loves the things that I'm doing with my second graders, and he told his students about me. So that's my good news. Went to Ron Clark Academy, and I thought I was going there, and I'm just going to learn and observe. And they were like, oh, my gosh, you're Miss Yearby. So what do you all have going on that's great? Somebody tell me. Tell me something good. I'm not sure what the yes is for, unless that was when you all were telling me that you were on here waiting for me. So, I don't know. Tell me something. And I do have a clue. So, obviously today, the shirt that I am wearing is not a clue to the book that I'm going to read. I didn't have a shirt that was going to be a clue to what I was going to read, but I love colors, so I decided to go ahead and wear the colors, but I didn't have anything. But I do have a clue that I'm going to play over here in just a little bit. You all are not talking to me. Talk to me right now. I guess I'm going to play the clue. So the book that I'm going to be reading, I'm going to play, let me get it on this computer over here. I'm going to play a sound, and it might give you a clue as to the book that I'm going to be reading. So I'm going to play the sound and I'm going to ask you to tell me, and even if you're watching later, because I know most of you all are not live here on a Friday night with me, most of you all watch later, go ahead and type it in what you think is happening. So listen to this clue and tell me, what do you think you're listening to? Visualize. What are you listening to? What do you think that was? Any guesses? What do you think that was? Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the book up, and you can determine if what you think you heard is actually what I have here. So I'm going to slowly pull it up. I was waiting for some responses. Slowly. You know it has something to do with outside. You probably heard grasshoppers, did you? Did anybody hear grasshoppers? So we know the setting is outside. And hummingbirds. Did anybody think that sound was a hummingbird? Anybody? Thank you to Bellwether Media. They sent me a lot of these wonderful nonfiction books, and I have not been on here using them, but I have been using them in my tutoring, and I love their easy read, their beginning reading books to get great ones in there, reading them. Look at this wonderful photo. Now, is this fiction or nonfiction? Fiction, fake. Nonfiction, not fake. Which one is it? And how do you know? Fiction or nonfiction? And how do you know? Well, this is a nonfiction book, not fake, because first off, this is not a drawing. There was no illustrator that came on and drew this picture for us. This was a photo. Someone with a really nice camera took a picture of this lovely hummingbird in their backyard. Have you ever seen a hummingbird? And I get a thumbs up or a like or a yes, I've seen them. Has anybody ever seen a hummingbird? Oh, wow. Your comments have been coming in, but there has been a delay. So I did not know that you all were actually on here. And yeah, I did not see any of these comments. They're just now coming in. So it must have been a delay on my end. I thought you all weren't talking. I was like, what's going on? Hey! All right. Who lost the two? See, Emery lost the two. Natural disasters, nonfiction. It shows a real animal. I was missing all of this. Come on, StreamYard, get it together. All right. Well, I'm glad that you are still answering. Yes, yes, yes. It shows a real animal. Nonfiction, you were right. Well, great, great. Who's typing? Are you taking turns? Who's typing today? Do you know any facts about hummingbirds? Before I start reading this, because you know you're going to learn lots of wonderful things. And talk about hummingbirds. Okay, okay. And is there anything that you would like to know about hummingbirds? When I read this book, and I love nature, and I remember the first time that I heard a hummingbird, I was like, man, there's a really big bee, must be a bumblebee. And I was like, oh, it's a hummingbird. I want you to remember the word hover too. Why do you think I'm saying something about hummingbird and hover? Hummingbird hover. Do you know anything? Would you like to know anything? Hummingbird hover. All right, let's go ahead and find out. We start with our table of contents, which you find in nonfiction books, and it lets you know the things that we're going to be talking about, starting on page 4, what are hummingbirds, and we'll do that on page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7. Then on page 8, we'll start with flower feeders. What does that mean? So page 8, page 9, page 10, page 11, page 12, page 13, we'll be on flower feeders. Then on page 14, because this lets me know that this is the page I'm going to start on, we're going to talk about those powerful wings. And those powerful wings is what I was referring to when I thought I was listening to a bee, but it was a hummingbird. And we're going to end with the powerful wings, it looks like, because a glossary, that's just a little dictionary, because there are going to be some words in here all about these hummingbirds that you may not know. And those words are going to be bold. It's going to be a dark black saying, hey, 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 this is a very important word. And you can go ahead and check it out in the glossary. It hovers. Yes, they can hover. Okay. Okay. I love it. Teamwork, teamwork. I love it that you all are doing teamwork. What are hummingbirds? Hummingbirds are tiny birds. They are the smallest birds in the world. Did you already know that? Now, this picture has been magnified, so it makes the hummingbird look like it's big, but it's very small. Bird is small enough to be able to perch on your finger. All in the family. So we have these 3 types of hummingbirds here. We have the black-chinned hummingbird, and you can see why it has that name. We have the Costas hummingbird. I think that must be in Costa Rica because they do have lots of pretty colored birds down there. And we have the red-throated hummingbird. Have you ever seen one? I know that I've seen the red-throated hummingbird in my backyard plenty of times. Cool. So you've already learned something. I don't know if that was all of you or just one of you. You can tell by how small this part of the plant is. I don't know if it's a tree or some type of flower, but you can tell by how small it is, how small a hummingbird is with its little feet wrapped around there. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you before I take this off. What do you know about birds and animals in nature? Which one is usually the prettiest? Is it usually the girl animal that's the prettiest, the most colorful? Or is it usually the boy animal, especially in birds, that's the prettiest? and the most colorful. Looking right here. Is this a boy or is this a girl? Hummingbirds can be many bright colors. Males have shiny throat feathers. Did you say male? Because if you can think of that peacock with the loud sound that it makes, the one with that really beautiful fanned out tail with the pretty teal and turquoise and purple colors, that's the male. Females are like a whitish color. Oh, you all said it, the male. Yeah, that's right. It's the male. So I'm thinking this is a female. And especially when I see, here's a caption, and a caption is a word on a photo that just tells you what the photo is. I think this must be the female. Flower feeders. That's what we're about to read about now. We found out it was going to be on page 8. Hummingbirds live near flowers. They build a nest in trees. That nest is so small. I wonder how easy it would be for us to see it. Like if we were just standing in our backyards looking around, wonder would it be easy to see the hummingbird nest? I guess it would depend on where exactly they put it in the tree, but sure it's going to be small because it is the smallest bird in the world. What's going on here? We know that this section is flower feeders. And then I see this hummingbird with his face stuck inside of that flower. And if I go back, it's always good to go back to find information. Look how long that beak is. So that means that all of this beak is inside of the flower. What's it doing? What is it taking from the flower? Do you know? They need a lot of food. Hummingbirds eat insects and nature. Did you know that drinking nature? Yes, and nectar. Yes, yes, yes. Did you know that they ate insects? I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't. I thought that they only took in nectar. Oh, these are the bolded words that I was talking about. If you did not collect it and store it for their young, I love it. If you didn't not know what insects were, you could go to the back of the book and insects is in ABC order. Insects, and it tells you small animals with 6 legs and hard bodies. We also have nectar, and that's going to be back here too. Nectar, a sweet liquid that comes from plants. So that's what the bolded words are for. Like I was saying, and I think you all are agreeing, I had no idea that hummingbirds ate insects. So we have their food. The ladybugs, insects and nature. Cliff, pasta. We're learning about hummingbirds, Cliff. What do you already know? What do you already know? I've learned a couple of things, Cliff. I learned that hummingbirds eat insects because I did not know that. And I think I learned that they were the smallest bird. I thought about that. I thought this was pretty cool. The caption telling you about its bill. I think I may have called it a beak. It's called a bill. Look at the tongue. Look at that. Not only does it have that long bill to be able to get inside the plants and go and get that sweet liquid out, that nectar, but it also has that tongue that it can stick really far. Oh my gosh. Wonder how long its tail is. They have long bills and tongues. They reach nectar deep inside flowers. So it's going there. I visualize hearing the sound that I played at the beginning of this. I'm going to play it again. So you can think about it now as I go back and get it. That's what you would hear as it's going up into the plant. Then when it flies away, you don't hear it anymore. Might come back. I don't know. Powerful wings. You all just heard it. Hummingbirds can fly up and down. They can fly backwards. They can even hover. How many of you have a hoverboard Or how many of you've even been on a hoverboard? I've never been on a hoverboard. But if you think about that, I don't think that most birds can just hover in one place with those wings. Those wings can go exceedingly so fast. It's amazing. You all know what hover means. Just kind of stand in one spot. Some hummingbirds migrate. Did you know that? Did you know that they migrated? Those little itty bitty birds. Look at that small plant that is on. Those little itty bitty birds migrate. They follow the same path every year. I didn't know that. So when I read this, I had to, and I won't say the name out loud because the computer will start talking to me. But that, that A, you all have it, that ALEX A. Yeah. I said, how long? What did I ask? I think I said, how long do hummingbirds? No, I said hummingbird life expectancy. And I was told 3 to 5 years. So that means that they go and they come back and they go and they come back and they go and they come back. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Cliff, we'll talk about that later. Hummingbird wings and tails buzz and hum. You all heard that. I played it at the very beginning and I just played it for you. Some hummingbirds sing. I never thought about a hummingbird singing. But yes, they have a song. And this right here says hummingbird call. Cheat. Is this a male or is it a female? It's got those pretty colors on there. Male or female? Hummingbirds carry pollen between flowers. Oh, there's a bolded word. Let's go look it up. I bet you all know what pollen is, especially if you're here in Virginia, because pretty soon we're going to have it covering everything. The cars are going to be yellow. If you have furniture in your backyard, it's going to be yellow. But let's just look at what pollen is. Here we go. A dust that helps to make new plants. So hummingbirds, we need them. They're important for us because when they land on one flower with it, they land or they hover, stick that long bill in there and that longer tongue in there. While they're doing that, they're collecting the pollen. And then they're going to fly to another plant and land or hover. And some of the pollen is going to shake off of them to the other plant. And that's how we get new plants. And you all know how important plants are for us, right? If we don't have plants, we're not going to make it. And that's everything about hummingbirds. Now, here's one thing that I want to say to you. I don't usually do this, but I really want to do it this time. Sometimes we might have the tendency, if we're chewing some gum and the flavor's gone, you might throw it, just throw it out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I saw a video, and you can look it up on YouTube for yourself, that a hummingbird, because they're so small, little hummingbird got stuck in some chewing gum. This man walked out in his yard and his dog was sniffing something. So he went over to see what his dog was sniffing, and it was a hummingbird. And it was stuck in the gum, and he couldn't fly. Now, the man very carefully was able to remove the gum, and the bird flew away. But I just want you to think about that. You have your little piece of gum and you're thinking, oh, it doesn't mean anything if I throw it away, but it does. It could hurt nature. So please just take some time. I've got these right here from my book. Wrap your gum in this, put it in the trash. You might be saving a life. Oh, wait. You might be saving a life. All right. Did you all learn anything from here? Tell me, what did you learn from this book? What did you learn? I learned a few things about hummingbirds. Even though I love them, there's some things that I did not know. So, did you all learn anything? If you did, please tell me. Tell me. And what are you all doing over the weekend? Even if you don't tell me, I want to know something that you've learned from the book. But if you don't tell me something that you've learned from the book, maybe you can tell me something that you've done today since you've been out of school, or maybe something that you're going to be doing over the weekend, something that you're excited about. Tell me. I want to know. I want to know. Migrate. Yes. That was something that I learned too. I thought that they were so small that they would not migrate from a colder climate to a warmer climate, and then in the summer from that warmer climate to a cooler climate. I didn't know that. Okay, okay. What kind of stuff, Pasta? The difference between females and males. Yes, I didn't think about that either. Even though I knew that about like the peacock, and I just never really thought about when I've seen the hummingbird. Let me see the name of the one that I know I've seen here in Virginia, the ruby-throated hummingbird. I know we have this one here. Those of you who are watching in Virginia, I know we have this one. I never thought about the fact that the one that I was looking at with the color that was a male. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you all joining me. I appreciate you all so much for taking time on your Friday or whatever day you decide to watch my video. Please make sure, if you have not already done so, to like if you are on like and follow if you are on Facebook, and to subscribe and hit that bing bell so that you will know when I'm coming live. If you are on YouTube, they eat insects. Yes, I learned that as well. All right, you know what we got to do. I want you to think of something that makes you happy, because there are going to be things that are going to happen in your life. Someone's going to say something that you don't want them to say. Someone might tell you no. You might have a substitute or somebody in your classroom and you're really missing your teacher, but you need to find something that's going to make you happy. You might really want to get something and you're not able to get it. That even happens when you're an adult. That happens. That's going to happen as long as you're living. And you got to be able to say, I'm going to think about what? What can you think about?
From JBL Flip 5.
Oh, Lord, see, it's talking anyway. What is something that you can think of that will make you, okay, I feel better now. What is it? I want you to get that thought in, and I want you to lock it in your head. Oh, you're going to have to go back and watch it, Sophie. It's a cool book about hummingbirds, and I know you're going to learn some stuff. You got to go back and watch it. Please go back and watch it and comment, because I love your comments, Sophie, and I want to see what you would have to say. I want to see what you would have to say. All right. I want you to think of something that you did all by yourself that you're proud of. I already told you what I was proud of. I'm proud of saying a couple of things to Ron Clark, and he's pretty big in the education world. You can type him up. They made a movie about him. And then I went to his school, and he was happy to see me. I'm like, wait a minute. What? I'm very proud of that. What is something that okay, Minecraft, I love it. What is something that you did that you're proud of, where you're like, oh, I did that. I didn't think I could, but oh my, yeah, I'm not dreaming. I did that. I want you to get that, and I want you to lock it in your head. So you have the thing that you are happy about. You have the thing that you did that you're proud of. I want you to lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. Inhale, exhale, smile. You're beautiful. Thank you all so much for joining me. DJ Dylan. Y'all got to go back and watch. Y'all got to go back. It was a pretty cool book about not mockingbirds, hummingbirds. Go back, because there's some cool things in there that I didn't even know. And there's some things in there I think you all will find cool that you can learn about it. Go back and watch it. Comment so I can see what you all have to say. I won't be back next week, but in 2 weeks, I'll be back, unless something is going on and I'm just not able to get on here. But I want you all to come back in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Before you go to bed. Almost forgot. Y'all weren't going to even remind me. Before you go to bed, I want you to do something that's going to make someone else smile. Because if you do something to make someone else smile, if you do something to make someone happy, it's going to make you happy too. All right, my great ones. Bye.